Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 4? Yeah, this is 4 because we didn't put a break between 2 and 3.
Getting jiggy with
Why? Dory. No. You're ruining my show.
You're ruining my show. It's mine.
It's my show. I'm the one who wins. That's a Game Grumps reference.
I'm the Banjo Kazooie player. I'm the one who plays. I get the golden feathers. Because I have a golden feather.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You're killing me, Jughead.
Why Jughead?
Because hamburgers.
When did hamburgers become a part? You're confusing me so much.
This is my random sense of humor at work.
Yeah. I can tell.
You're welcome, everybody.
I mean, at least with, like, the Game Grumps, when they do random humor, there's some sort of through line that I can follow. You're not giving me that through line.
The through line just rolls from the water.
I have nothing to say to that. Do you guys have anything to say to that? If you would like to respond to Midori, send all your hate mail to midori@gmail.com.
Through the pipe the water flows. Where it stops nobody knows.
I just like to point out that she says under her dress she has a flea circus, which means that she has fleas crawling around in her vagina.
Better than crabs. Highly explosive crabs.
Crabs don't really explode, do they?
They do when you hit them.
Oh, that's right. Also, I apologize because I'm pretty sure everybody can hear that plane that's traveling overhead. We have a very noisy but very small airport on the island where we live. It's on the island where nobody goes.
My glue and og on the island, my glue and og.
Talk about a show that had a very niche audience.
Where nobody goes.
Oh, that reminds me, we just watched the OKKO, like, crossover special that they did. Didn't we?
I mean, yeah, we did, and Lou was referenced like she was one of the statues.
She was, yes, and so many other characters were referenced too. It was one of the best crossovers I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it honestly was. That was really good.
Oh yeah.
I especially like how Raven kind of did Teen Titan Go's trademark of flicking off original fans of the original Teen Titans.
Oh yeah, that made me feel very happy, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, it made me feel super special in my
No,
pants.
we're not gonna rail on it too much. I'm out of outrage for that show, especially since, like, from what I hear, the movie was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, I've heard that too. So good for them. Maybe they'll bring back the original show.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I think there was talk about it. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but would be nice.
It would be nice, yes, but you know it's not going to be anything like the original at this point in time. Yeah. It's one of the reasons why I'm not super excited for the apparent continuation of the Young Justice cartoon either.
Did you have to complete 2 different puzzles to open one thing?
No, I forgot that I had to backtrack to this room to get the Clanker's Cavern one, and I just decided to do the Bubble Gloop Swamp one anyway, because it was right there.
Bubble Gloop Swamp.
Yeah, that'll be the 4th world. We're going to World 3 right now.
And tell me now in the comments if you think Bubble Gloop would be a better name for shampoo or candy.
I can see it as both.
I can see it as both too, but which would you prefer? Would you prefer to eat something called Bubble Gloop, or would you prefer to rub it all over your body? Technically, you could do both.
Well, yeah, but then you'd have
bubble gloop all up in under your dress.
you'd have ants crawling all over you.
You'd have a flea circus in your bloomers.
Yeah, in your burginer. That's what they call them, right?
Well, maybe that's what they call kazooies.
No, that's a cloaca. I'm serious. That's Look it up. Everything comes out of the same hole on a bird, and they call it a cloaca. I think I've blown her mind, ladies and gentlemen.
I like the one where the person touches the bird's cloaca and it screams, and then it says crime and punishment.
Oh no.
Law and Order. Special Victims Unit.
Midori, we gotta start this all over. I got disconnected from Xbox Live. What a travesty. Now 9-year-olds can't swear at me anymore.
I am horrifying, but I'm a good boy.
Yeah, this level is probably the one that freaked me out the most when I first played it. First of all, we're coming off of Treasure Trove Cove, where I had to avoid that shark every time I went in the water.
And then you come into this one where there's a giant mechanical shark in the water.
Yes. Not only that, but I just have had a phobia of underwater levels for as long as I can remember.
Because you are on an island surrounded by water.
Well, that too, yes. But, like, just the fact that it's really bad here because you do have to do a lot of deep dive swimming to actually get anything accomplished in this level.
Yeah, and you don't exactly have unlimited air.
Yeah, they're fairly generous with the amount of time you have, but it is still nerve-wracking, especially when we have to raise Clanker up out of the water, which I'm going to save for until I've gone through all of the.
It was very clever of them to make him made of metal because that allowed them to give him rust that made him look like a zombie shark.
There's some debate about that. About whether or not that actually is rust or if it's like...
flesh.
Yeah, if it's actually like flesh and he's just been, like, all of that metal has just been glued onto him or something like that.
If we don't preserve this episode until a time where we have lots of episodes to put out, and we actually put it out before Halloween, happy Halloween, everybody! Zombie sharks!
Oh yeah, well, we're not going to put it up on Halloween because you're not editing the Monster Prom one. That'd be perfect for Halloween.
Why are you bringing that up right now?
Because I need to motivate you somehow.
We are not having a lover spat over Monster Prom. Oh god, Monster Prom and the Halloween.
Exactly.
Oh no! Now I have to do it.
Yes. See, and by the way, this was not a lover's spat. This was just me being a very professional editor and trying to work you into the grave. You know, just like every single studio would do.
You're right. No lover would do that.
It's the pull-out couch for me tonight.
We do have a pull-out couch. Oh my gosh.
Yes, for just such an occasion.
You get to sleep down there where it's cold and full of cats.
I'll deal. The cats are better cuddlers than you anyway. Take that.
I am offended. I don't want to commentate anymore.
Well, this is going to be a long Let's Play, folks. Strap in.
Yeah, it's gonna be incredibly awkwardly quiet and full of intellectual conversations about the mechanics of the game.
Yeah, just like I like.
You see,
I've actually been finding myself gravitating more towards Let's Plays that are like that. Like, they actually talk about the game and its mechanics in an interesting way, rather than just being lol monkey cheese random.
But my monkey cheese random is what completes this Let's Play. You gotta have both. You gotta have ketchup and mustard.
No, you don't. I hate ketchup and mustard together. I only like mustard.
Mustard is the intellectual commentary, and ketchup is the lol cheese random.
No, that would be mayonnaise.
No, ew, are you calling me fat?
No, I'm calling you mayonnaise.
You are calling me fat!
I just can't win with you, can I?
Mayonnaise is fat! Have you seen that girl's waistline?
Which girl are we talking about here?
The mayonnaise jar! You see, I am referencing an actual game or two, and I don't think Gumi knows anything about them. There's a sim dating game out there where you date a mayonnaise jar, and there is Mr. Massagy, which is a game where you, like, try to get girls to give you massages in, like, it's kind of a sim dating thing. It kind of counts. And one of the characters is that same exact mayonnaise jar. I don't know how a mayonnaise jar is going to give you a massage, but I wouldn't mind testing it out with Gumi. I would love to give you a massage with a mayonnaise jar.
No. I'm fine, thank you.
How do you get air down here?
Yeah, that's the thing that I needed to figure out too when I was first playing this. There's a fish down here that will occasionally burp out air bubbles, and if you suck down on his air bubbles, it gives you air back, and that's how you're supposed to do this challenge.
His name is Gloop.
Yes.
I am Gloop.
I wonder if he's from... No, he couldn't be from Bubble Gloop Swamp because there's only piranhas that live there.
Well, the piranhas drove him out, clearly. It used to be his swamp, full of his belchy bubbles.
Okay, I'm gonna need this, thank you. Now we need to...
We need to turn the key.
Yep.
Turn the key. Every time I swim through it, it turns a little bit.
And so now we've raised Clanker up out of the water. He is eternally grateful. And now we get to play dentist with him.
Because that's what we want to do.
Yeah. At the very least, like, this is probably the worst it gets in terms of trying to travel underwater in this stage, I think. If I remember right. There we go. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I'm full of air because we've got a long way to travel up.
I think you could have made it up with at least 3 air bubbles.
Yeah, maybe, but... whoops. But then things like that happen. The camera in this game has not really aged all that well. I'm sure some people have noticed it's been getting stuck on a couple of things over the course of this, and turning it with the right analog stick does not feel very good. And you also cannot adjust the you can't adjust its vertical axis. Like if I push up and down on the camera, it just zooms in and out, but I can't actually focus the camera up and down.
You know who probably could make it feel good?
Who, Midori?
The gorillas.
Damn it. I walked right into that one.
Feel good. Dun, 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 dun. Feel good. Dun, 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 dun. Feel good. Ew.
What are you ewing about?
The way his blowhole convulges.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
Ah, the miracle of nature. I wonder if Kazooie's cloaca does that.
I regret ever telling you about that now.
Hey, I watched that Game Grumps playthrough too.
Yeah, well, I knew it before Game Grumps, so bleh.
Well, I knew that you are full of sass in your ass.
Yes, yes, I am.
That can be the name of the next Ants in the Pants. Sass in the ass.
Well, that's certainly going to be the name of this episode.
Only censored because YouTube monetization.
Now, I'm pretty sure you can still put ass in the title of a video and it won't get flagged. At least, I hope not. Like, that's a very minor swear. If they're going after that, then we really are in trouble.
Sweetie, if we can't say then we can't say ass.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. More work for me as editor. Now I've got to take that out, too.
You brought that on yourself.
No, I did not, because you
have to have your intellectual commentary, and you got into an intellectual commentary over what kind of bad words we could say it was going to happen.
Well, now I'm just confused, and now I'm just going to have to rip all of these episodes to shreds just to make sure that we can still monetize it. Thank you very much for that. Oh god, YouTube's a mess.
I'm honestly sorry that I gave you more work there. I will say I legitimately am sorry about that, sweetie pie.
It's fine. It's fine. It's actually not too terribly bad, I don't think. At least I hope not.
This area is positively green.
Yes. Keeps changing from one hue to another, too.
It's green with envy.
Now we gotta go back up, because that's also where the second empty honeycomb piece is in here, is through one of those gates.
You know, I just suddenly started thinking about this really old song. Like, it's from my childhood. I have to look this up at some point now. I have to find this. It's this song that the Professor Duck from Disney. You know the Professor Duck, right?
Yeah, but I can't think of his name right now.
I remember it was in some sort of... I think it was in a Melly Melodies kind of thing that I watched.
I'm sorry, Melly Melodies?
Merry Melodies.
Okay, Merry Melodies. Got it.
They would release VHSs full of just like random songs, sing-along songs, I think they were called, or something like that. And I think in one of them, Professor Ludwig von Duck,
Von Drake, that was his name, Von Drake.
Ludwig von Drake Duck, he sang this song about colors, and like, I just remember finding it very entertaining for some reason. Feel the mellow yellow moon. It was something about the purple passionate blues or something. I don't know. Like, there was a lot of colors. He had some colorful commentary, but yeah, it stuck with me. Well, apparently not that great, because I haven't thought about it since I was a kid, and I just now suddenly out of nowhere started thinking about it. That's the way my brain works.
It happens to a lot of people, I think. You repress a lot from when you're a kid.
Yeah, like the grim grinning ghosts.
I'm sorry, what?
Grim grinning ghosts. They're out to socialize.
I have never heard of that, I don't think.
That's a Disney song.
No, I cannot remember. I don't remember it.
I remember the music video for it in that VHS that was just full of random Disney songs, but like re-sung and with people from a Disney theme park in like various costumes and whatnot. Like, that was one of the songs on there, and they had a bunch of people dressed as creepy trees and like a bunch of villains from Disney as well.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up, because I have never heard of that before, I don't think.
And it was kind of funny. I had some friends that I spent the night over at their house once, and they tried to scare me with Grim Grinning Ghosts, like telling me about the horrors of Grim Grinning Ghosts, and decided to show me that they were real by showing me that video. And I was like, oh, I own this on VHS as well. So it did not work, little to say.
That's a pity.
And then we played with my Transformers Beast Wars toys.
What's that code for?
It's not code for anything. I own Transformers Beast Wars toys.
I did too, actually.
Transformers
1 or 2.
Transformers Beast Wars was my introduction to the Transformers universe. So when they went back to cars and focused on cars, I was like super disappointed. Like, this is what Transformers is now? This is what Transformers always was. Oh God! I remember they like randomly brought up like animal ones in like one of the series that they did, and I was like, yay! Beast Wars robots! But it didn't last very long, and neither like that series I think lasted a while, but yeah, I loved Transformers Beast Wars. I think that's one of the things that like created my absolute weird love for CGI stuff, like 3D things, even in today's age. And Transformers Beast Wars was just one of my favorite shows as a kid. I even loved it when they continued the series on their home planet, and some of my favorite characters got turned into Vehicons, as they called it, the new version of the villains. But my favorite character was always Silverwing, the dude who was a wolf eagle.
Mm-hmm.
He was my favorite character, and then they turned him into a jet, which was an absolutely amazing freaking toy, but I was upset about that. And when he finally turned back into a good guy, oh my God, he was hideous. It was like literally right before the end of the series, they finally turned him back into a good guy, and he was hideous. Like, he was scary hideous. Like, he was a lanky, creepy thing. Like, I was like, oh my God, they ruined him. Turn him back into a jet. It was kind of weird that, like, even though he was the leader of the Vehicons, that Megatron was a dragon. Like, he looked like a person with, like, a cloak on, but then that cloak unfurled into dragon wings, and he would twist out this like dragon head in place of his regular head, and he was the coolest toy that I had. I absolutely loved it. I loved his cloak look for some reason.
See, I was never that big into Transformers. Like, I remember...
You missed the gold feather.
I don't need it.
But gold feather.
I already have 10. I'm maxed out on them.
Oh. Continue.
Well, I was going to say, I was never big into any version of the Transformers. I remember watching and liking a few of the original Beast Wars and Beast Machines cartoons, but it just never really grabbed me. I thought the toys were pretty cool, though, but they never really... I never really had very many of them, and it never really stuck with me for very long.
I have Rat Trap's autograph.
You have his autograph?
Yes. I got his autograph at MechaCon.
You mean the voice actor who played him, or...?
Yes.
Okay.
He also played Spike from Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, yeah.
Fun facts.
Mm.
So it was funny, like, while most people knew him as Spike from Cowboy Bebop and praised his performance as Spike from Cowboy Bebop, and he would sign his autographs to them as, like, see you next time, Space Cowboy and stuff, he really appreciated that I loved a lot of his other work because, like, I saw in the pamphlet all the things that he did, and I'll be completely honest with you people, I don't care about Cowboy Bebop half as much as I care about other animes, especially Outlaw Star, for comparison's sake.
Note to self, please disable the comments on this video.
But Cowboy Bebop was a good show, don't get me wrong. I did like that show, but it wasn't my favorite show. And knowing that he was Rat Trap from Beast Wars, I was just like, oh my god, that was my childhood! I loved you as Rat Trap. Rat Trap was one of my favorite characters in all of Beast Wars. And he appreciated it so much, and he signed his autograph. I think that he might have signed it as Rat Trap, but like, I don't know. He gave me an autograph. That's all I can say.
Wow. You're very passionate about stuff like this, apparently.
Apparently, because now I'm getting into regular, non-random commentary.
Well, that's fine. I mean, it's interesting to hear you talk about stuff like this. It is.
You know, one of the most interesting things about Beast Wars was that the Starscream of that series, he literally, like, really, like, in the first arc of the series, switches over to the good guys because it's like, well, if I can't be the leader of the Viacons and Megatron's going to shoot me down, then I'm going to join you guys to take him down. He did try to seize power a couple of times, but over the course of the series, he actually did become a really good guy. Like, he really cared about the they weren't called the Autobots, but like they were the Autobots, and he really cared about his allies. What happened?
We lost connection to Xbox Live at some point, and it was trying to tell me my gamer profile is offline now. So, oh, f***ing no, edit that out.
Should I? We finished the level while I was talking about this.
Yeah.
Should I finish talking about this in the next episode?
Yeah, we'll leave it on a cliffhanger so that way people will actually come back for the next episode.
Yes, that's how we're gonna pull them in, with commentary about the Beast Wars Starscream.
Well, they're certainly not here to watch my amazing run through this game, so. I want to take a sip of my peach tea anyway, so we're ending the episode here. Goodbye.